Calvin admired Rourke's happy-go-lucky attitude and his bravado, though there were times when his eccentricities would rub off on him. Nina knew how much of an impact the tabby had on her son. She had implored her nephew to not drag her son on a dangerous path. Rocky had assured her that he wouldn't do anything to harm him. That part was true, though Rocky omitted the fact that where they worked had its risks. He had no intention of recruiting Freckle to the Lackadaisy speakeasy, though. Miss Pepper had taken a liking to the orange cat and decided to invite him for the gala without his knowledge. So she gave Calvin a clover pin for him to wear. Neither Rocky nor Freckle knew that they would see each other, especially under these circumstances. It wasn't a good idea for Calvin to get involved. For one thing, Calvin was removed from the police department of all places. He was a law-abiding citizen with a religious upbringing, soft-spoken, kind-hearted, sensitive. He was basically the poster child of being a good boy just by glancing at his baby face. If Freckle mentioned anything that he had witnessed in this underground cave, everyone would be doomed, especially Rocky of all people. His cousin would be first in line to get locked up behind bars for trafficking booze and other spirits. He knew Rocky had a chaotic streak. It was one thing to witness his only cousin commit arson by setting a barn ablaze.
Are you questioning my logic?
This was the same Rocky who had no qualms riding a burning truck while he brought Freckle along for the ride, who is now begging him to keep it a secret as he ran after him. Calvin ran to his buggy and puked all that he was digesting. The fact that he became a completely different person when he held the gun. He had cackled like a maniac as he shot the farmers with no remorse. He hated himself for being a coward. He was a coward for getting roped into this gang. He became complicit in partaking at an illicit activity. He became a note in a melody that Rocky orchestrated, and the volume cranked even higher just as Freckle cranked the buggy's engine. The truth had sprung out like a jack in the box.
There was no turning back from this, Rocky mentioned along the lines of,
Don't tell your friends Dot from the police department.
2.
I finally got friends who tolerate me.
By the time Freckle got on the buggy, while his desperate cousin lunged his face at the windshield supplicating him to keep it a secret while Calvin drove off at full speed. Rocky felt like he lost hope that night when Freckle got away. Even if the orange feline escaped from his cousin, he couldn't escape from the fact that he became Rocky's accomplice.